year in Ontario, approximately 72,000 people will be told they have cancer. Cancer is a disease that knows no boundaries, does not distinguish between sex, race, or class, and has or will affect us all either directly or indirectly during our lifetime. The good news is that more people are surviving cancer, and this is thanks to increased awareness of signs and symptoms, early detection of the disease, and greatly improved treatments. However, there are still many challenges and obstacles that face us. Excellent cancer care results from high-quality cancer research. Since its inception, the Northwestern Ontario branch of the Canadian Cancer Society has promoted and extensively funded such research. The results of our efforts can clearly be seen here, as Thunder Bay is home to the most advanced and successful cancer research facilities in the world. As a result of the efforts right here at home, we can hold our heads high and be proud that we have really made a difference that has had an impact on cancer everywhere in the world. The Northwestern Ontario office is the leading charitable funder of cancer research in the region. Our ongoing success in this role is key to the development of innovative, high-impact research. In recent years, research has improved knowledge about cancer biology, early detection, diagnosis and treatment, and has deepened understanding of the kinds of supportive care which enhance the quality of life and advance survivorship. The Canadian Cancer Society believes that the quality of cancer care available in Northwestern Ontario depends on the quality of cancer research taking place here. We support and fund leaders in cancer research so that people who are diagnosed with cancer will have better access to new approaches to the diagnosis and management of their condition. We believe that this will lead to improved medical care and better outcomes. In 2013, the Northwestern Ontario office funded one of its most ambitious research efforts with an innovation grant to local cancer researcher Dr. Chris Phoenix.
Yeah, so what the grant was funded to do was to come up with a PET test, or a positron emission tomography test, for detecting aggressive cancer. And so basically, once they've discovered a tumor, we hope that eventually we could use it to get a sense of how likely it is that cancer is to spread. The therapies that can be chosen after that are more aggressive to match the actual probability that it could spread. Also, the research that we're doing, it's designed to, look at the activity of these little proteins that allow cancer to spread. And if it turns out that we are successful in developing our test, and that these proteins do indeed predict invasive cancer, then that means there should be a drug to slow down those same proteins and inhibit the process of metastasis.
Beyond just assisting with the medical aspects of the cancer journey, the Northwest Region Office also makes a significant impact by assisting with the personal and social aspects of dealing with this disease. The operation of a wig and turban program allows cancer patients the opportunity to try and use quality wigs, hats, and scarves to make their journey more suited to their personal tastes and image. The importance of just feeling good about yourself cannot be ignored in the healing process.
Oh, like the wig program is the best thing that ever happened. You know, you always hear about chemo patients having to shave their head or lose their hair, and you know, you don't think how hard it actually is. And it's probably the worst thing that happened to me. And now that I'm finished treatment, I have to live with that reminder that I don't have hair, and being able to put on this beautiful wig that I would never in 1,000 years be able to afford, and be able to just brush my hair or style it and use my very expensive straight iron, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel beautiful and confident and, you know, normal, and that's great. I'm glad that I've been able to do that. It gave me an opportunity to feel normal without having to shell out big bucks, you know? I didn't have to invest in a wig myself. And you know, for something I would hope I wasn't going to be using very often. So then I heard about this program, and I went, And it's been fantastic. It's probably one of the best things that have happened to me during the 6 months or so I was dealing with chemo.
The Northwestern Ontario Region Office brings together hundreds of volunteers, supporters, and companies with different ways for them to donate their time, money, and energy. All across the region, communities come together to join the fight and help with the Canadian Cancer Society's organized events or with their own innovative campaigns where people committed to our work can get involved, raise funds, and make a difference. Together, we have made a difference. In 2012, the Northwestern Ontario region raised over $1.2 million in the fight against cancer. In 2013, the Northwestern Ontario Region Office once again raised the bar and became the most successful fundraising region in the nation, fueling the fight against cancer with over $1.5 million in donations. This success was because of you, our volunteers, our donors, and our communities. Daffodil Month is one of our best fundraising events where communities, companies, and individuals throughout the region mobilize to raise funds to support our services and our cancer research projects. Cops for Cancer, Dirty Girls, Relay for Life, and Hope in the City are other key regional events that bring thousands of people together to make our record-setting fundraising goals a reality.
Well, Dirty Girls was an idea actually from my hairdresser that said, why don't you put on a mud run in the city? And I'd had a little bit of experience doing health and fitness type events in the past. So it seemed like a really fun event, and it's not something that had been done before in Thunder Bay. So I had an idea that it would be a success, but wasn't too sure. And I was actually on a bus trip with Joan Arnott, who's a volunteer with the Canadian Cancer Society, and she'd asked me if I had chosen a charity yet. And I hadn't at that point, and she had basically told me that I should choose the Canadian Cancer Society, and I thought that's a perfect fit because it was going to be a women's event, and it would be a great fit for a breast cancer event or just highlighting female and cancers that affect women. And so that's kind of how it got chosen to be the Canadian Cancer Society. So it was a fantastic day. You know, we had 150 teams out doing all kinds of mud and obstacles and coming out in amazing team costumes. And at the end of the day, the event raised over $200,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. So it was a fun day.
Relay for Life is absolutely an amazing event. It is the largest fundraiser of cancer fighting fundraiser in Canada. And it's an absolutely incredible experience. You have to experience it to become hooked on it and to really understand what's so fabulous about it. We relay overnight to symbolize a person who's going through cancer, their journey through cancer. So the beginning and as the evening progresses and it gets darker and it's the dark times in their treatment, and then as the sun comes up, they're nearing the end of their treatment. So it's very symbolic doing the 12-hour relay overnight, and it's just walking the track and seeing those luminaries, and in our community, seeing all the people who are affected by cancer, people you see in everyday lives, whether it's the cashier at the grocery store or your bank teller or a family member, you see all kinds of people from the community there, and just realize how cancer really, really does touch absolutely everyone.
The Northwestern Ontario Region Office of the Canadian Cancer Society could do nothing without our committed volunteers, funders, supporters, and staff. We honor, value, and respect them all. People volunteer for many different reasons, but they all bring skills, passion, and energy to their role. What motivates them to be part of the program? Why and how are the volunteers of the Northwestern Ontario region making an impact on cancer? It's simple. They want to be part of the solution to a world without cancer. They want to support those on their cancer journey. Remember those that have come to the end of their journey. And most importantly, they want to make a difference. They want to be part of the movement to end cancer forever.
Well, every volunteer would probably give you a different reason for volunteering, a different benefit that they experience. Most of our volunteers say they enjoy being part of a group of people who are working toward the same cause. We have 60,000 volunteers across Ontario, which is an amazing number. We have just over 1,000 in the Northwest region, so that's from White River to the Manitoba border. In every small community that you could think of, we have small pockets of volunteers who provide programming and services and support to all of our clients in the region.
Why do I give back? Because I've been given a second chance and many others haven't been given a second chance. I've lost some friends, I've lost family. Everyone's been touched, unfortunately, by this dreaded disease. So I feel that I owe it to them to give back in whatever way I can.
In 1995, I lost my best friend to cancer. It had a huge impact on me. I didn't know anyone at that point who had cancer. I had no family or friends. It was just totally foreign to us. And I had an overwhelming need to do something, to be involved in fighting cancer.
One of the things that I think is really amazing about our volunteers is that they may come in with a really specific purpose, a reason for being here. They might be a Relay for Life volunteer and they're on a committee, so they have that commitment. But what we find is that over time, sharing prevention messaging and screening messaging and making healthy choices in your life and the impact that that can have becomes part of their everyday conversation. So they are sharing the important messages of the Canadian Cancer Society over a coffee with their friends or at a family dinner. So it really becomes part of everyday life, and it's not just restricted to that volunteer experience that they're having.
Without you, our regional volunteers, we could not accomplish anything. You are the fuel to our success.
Volunteers are an extension of our family, really. I can tell you that, they're the people, they're the unsung heroes that deliver. We can't be everywhere. Our office is small. We have a very small staff. So if it weren't for our office volunteers, our patient navigator volunteers, our volunteer drivers, our fundraising volunteers that are out there selling tickets or daffodil pins, everything that we're involved with. We never do it alone. We are always surrounded by volunteers. So they really are an extension of our family. And so I think I speak for all of the staff when we can say we care about them very deeply. We know that our mission would not be deliverable without all those hands at work, and to know how much they care about the outcomes that we have.
The Northwestern Ontario Regional Office of the Canadian Cancer Society is committed to excellence. We are in constant contact with people affected by cancer, the medical community, and the public in order to find out what people need and what works best to help them. We make sure that our services and decisions are informed by best quality knowledge, data, and expertise. We strive for excellence in all that we do. We are an independent voice for cancer patients and their families. Our work is only made possible by the commitment, generosity, and tireless efforts of our donors, supporters, volunteers, researchers, and staff. Our long-term vision is a future without cancer. Each year, we learn more about what causes cancer and how to prevent it. Each year, there are new advances in treatment, and we learn more about how to improve the quality of life for people who have cancer and their families. Through our work to empower people to reduce their risk, to support those living with the disease, to advance research, and to inform and influence public policy, many more people will have a future without cancer. We look forward to your support, to our future achievements, and to realizing our vision of a world without cancer. Join the fight.